Imagine a criminal that never sleeps, never eats, and doesn't even exist. That's the terrifying reality of AI crime. Across the United States, a terrifying new type of scam is spreading, and it's powered by artificial intelligence. Imagine this: your phone rings late at night and you hear the trembling voice of your daughter, your son, or your spouse. They sound panicked, crying, begging for help. Your heart races, and without thinking twice, you believe every word, because the voice is perfectly real. But here's the shocking truth: the person on the other end isn't your family. It's not even human. It's AI. Cybercriminals are now using advanced voice cloning technology to mimic anyone after hearing just a few seconds of audio. Maybe from a voicemail, a YouTube video, or even a TikTok clip. With that, they can reproduce every accent, every tone, every emotion. Victims have already been tricked into transferring thousands of dollars within minutes, thinking they were saving a loved one. Law enforcement says these scams are exploding nationwide, and what makes them so dangerous is how deeply personal they feel. Unlike a random phishing email, this isn't just text. It's a voice you know and trust. Only it's not real. And the scariest part? Most people never realize it until it's too late. Once the AI voice has fooled the victim, the scam escalates at lightning speed. The caller doesn't just ask for help. They demand it urgently, creating a sense of panic and fear. "Send the money now," the voice pleads, "or something terrible will happen." In mere minutes, victims who normally would never fall for a scam are transferring thousands of dollars, believing they are saving their loved ones. What makes this type of crime so insidious is the emotional manipulation. Unlike emails or text messages, which can be ignored or deleted, a familiar voice triggers an instinctive response. Our brains are hardwired to trust the sound of someone we know, and scammers exploit this trust mercilessly. Authorities warn that these AI-driven scams aren't limited to individuals. They're expanding to businesses, banks, and even government offices. Fake voices can authorize transfers, bypass security questions, and trick employees into revealing sensitive information. The technology itself is frighteningly accessible. With minimal audio samples and off-the-shelf AI software, anyone with ill intentions can create these synthetic voices. It's no longer science fiction. This is happening right now in homes and offices across the country, and law enforcement is struggling to keep up with the scale and sophistication of these attacks. The danger doesn't stop at fake voices. AI criminals are now creating counterfeit IDs, passports, and even airline tickets, making airports, banks, and online platforms their playground. A person could walk into a terminal, board a flight, or access sensitive accounts with credentials that look completely legitimate, all thanks to artificial intelligence. What makes this technology terrifying is its speed and precision. In the past, forging a document took weeks or months. Now, an AI program can generate a flawless digital ID in minutes. The documents can even pass automated verification systems, leaving security personnel scrambling to spot tiny inconsistencies. Banks and travel agencies are particularly vulnerable. AI-generated passports and IDs can be used to open accounts, launder money, or book flights for criminal operations. Airport security dogs and scanners can detect physical threats, but these AI-created credentials are invisible to traditional methods. They exist entirely in the digital realm. The psychological impact is just as severe. Victims who realize their accounts were accessed or their identity was stolen feel violated in ways that money cannot fix. With every advancement in AI, criminals gain tools that are faster, smarter, and more untraceable. It's a race between technology used for protection and technology used for deception, and right now, the criminals are evolving faster than ever. The FBI and cybersecurity experts are raising alarms. AI criminals don't need to break in physically. They operate entirely online, invisible, and relentlessly. They can target anyone, anywhere 24/7, blending in with legitimate traffic and communications so well that even trained professionals sometimes fail to detect them. These AI attacks are no longer just about money, they're about control and manipulation. Scammers can use AI to mimic voices of CEOs, celebrities, or government officials, sending messages that trick employees into transferring funds or sharing confidential information. Entire corporations have fallen victim, losing millions in a matter of hours because the messages sounded legitimate. What makes these crimes particularly frightening is their scalability. Unlike traditional fraud, a single AI program can target thousands of victims at once, each with personalized scripts, calls, and digital identities. Humans simply cannot compete with the speed and adaptability of these algorithms. Authorities are racing to develop AI detection tools, but it's a constant cat-and-mouse game. Every day, criminals refine their methods, creating synthetic voices, hyper-realistic IDs, and digital footprints that are nearly impossible to trace. And while law enforcement adapts, innocent victims are already being tricked and exploited, often before anyone realizes what's happening. ChatGPT said, "Perfect. Here's Section 5 expanded to 200 words, completing your AI crime script." Studio Microphone Section 5, expanded, 200 words. The scariest part? AI criminals don't need to physically steal anything. They manipulate, impersonate, and deceive entirely through digital channels. One click, one convincing voice, or one fake document is enough to ruin a life, steal savings, or infiltrate a company. Victims often don't realize the crime until days or weeks later, leaving little chance for recovery. Law enforcement agencies across the U.S. are issuing warnings, but the technology is advancing faster than the regulations. As AI becomes smarter, it can learn to mimic emotional responses, speech patterns, and even handwriting, making it nearly indistinguishable from humans. Cybercriminals can create highly believable scenarios that exploit trust, fear, and urgency, the same instincts humans rely on to protect themselves. The consequences extend beyond finances. Victims report emotional trauma, anxiety, and a lingering fear that anyone could be impersonated at any time. Families, businesses, and government agencies are all potential targets. Experts stress the importance of vigilance. Verify unknown calls, scrutinize documents carefully, and be skeptical of sudden emergencies or high-pressure situations. The line between real and AI deception is disappearing, and society must adapt fast, or risk falling victim to crimes that exist entirely in the digital shadows. The future of AI crime is here, and it's faster, smarter, and scarier than ever before.